What's up, guys? So today I'm here with ValleyFlyin and just kind of wanted to give our thoughts on the Black Bolt release and the way they've handled this Black Bolt Legendary event, which is actually different than previous Legendary events. And I know I have some strong feelings about it. I think Valley does as well. So yeah, just kind of wanted to put this video out and let you guys know where I stand. So yeah, how's it going, Valley?
It is going good. I am on vacation and I have no video, as you guys can see, but yeah, I want to talk about this with you as well because I think this is the hot issue right now with the community. So I'm interested to hear your thoughts and yeah, let's do this.
We'll dive right in, and I want to put out this disclaimer that it pains me to make this video. And I say that firstly because, as you guys know, I have a reputation to uphold as a Fox Next shill. I'm supposed to always defend them, so wouldn't want to make a video bashing them.
Really? But, no, I've never heard that.
No, I mean, when they deserve it, they deserve it. And the other thing is, I feel like they got so much right around this time of year. So before we kind of tear into them for, in my opinion, a big mistake they're making with the Black Bolt event. Otherwise, December's been great, right? Like all the Orb Avalanche event and all the gifts and stuff, I think they did otherwise a terrific job.
They're just giving away stuff. They gave away so much stuff this past few weeks for the holidays. It is nice. It is nice. I don't think I could complain about too much they've done in December. Up until a couple days ago when I saw what's going on with Black Bolt and how they're actually releasing him, when they're releasing him, and yeah, it's a weird feeling. It's a weird feeling. I'm not sure how to put it into words, but it's not a good feeling in my opinion.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's exactly it. Is like they've done so much good, and I would love to be able to say like, oh, just everything's on the up and up, and I think for the most part we're seeing just nothing but improvement to the game and the community and stuff like that. But on to the meat and potatoes of the matter, the Black Bolt Legendary event. The other disclaimer I want to make is that I'm upset about the way this is going as far as how it's going to impact everyone else. I'm going to get 6-star Black Bolt and be just fine. I guess technically this would be an advantage for me because I'll be a part of a smaller minority of people that'll have Black Bolt, but that's never been something I've particularly cared about, and in my opinion, they've crossed a line that they had not crossed thus far into the game, and that line is completely screwing every last free-to-play player on this Black Bolt Legendary event, which is something they've never done before. So
yeah, it's unprecedented for them. All the events in the past, free-to-play players have been able to unlock these characters. I mean, and when I say free-to-play players, free-to-play long-time players, start playing around global launch or even during the beta, they've been able to unlock some of these characters without spending anything. And I guess my question to myself was, am I being too greedy wanting everybody to unlock this? Because I'm kind of the same boat as you. I'm not going to get the 6-star, but I'm going to get the 5-star. Like, I'm not sure if I should be upset about this or not. And I guess you being upset about this kind of reaffirms that it's not a good feeling that I'm feeling with this release method for Black Bolt. And I guess, not the release method, the farmability of these characters for Black Bolt.
Yeah, it's not a great situation, and so to clarify, both me and Valley are aware that 99% of free-to-play players don't get legendaries on the first pass. But so to kind of clarify where I think Foxnex has mishandled this is there's always been a very, very, very small percentage of free-to-play players that have at least potentially been able to get previous legendaries on the first pass. I know maybe like 2 or 3 players who are day one global launch free to play, and they go really hard for every event. They play constantly, and like I said, I know a handful of free to play day one launch players who have gotten each of the previous legendaries on their first pass, and this will be the first one that absolutely none of them will get. And I think that's where they've messed up. It's always been incredibly rare, and if you're a free to play player, if you weren't like a day one launch, you probably just weren't going to get the new legendary on the first pass as it was. And if you were a day one launch, even then, some of the previous events took a little bit of luck. Like when Magneto came around, they had like a blitz for Pyro, but you could also get his orb drops. So even though you weren't going to place, like rank 1 in both Pyro blitzes, so you're not going to get the shards from that, because you could get his featured character orbs for free, you had a chance to get that 180 drop, and that would put you over. So even though it was, just a 1% of the 1% of the free-to-play players, at least it was possible. And with Black Bolt, they have officially made it not possible for a single free-to-play player to get this character, and I think that's a mistake. I think that's a bad trend to start now. So,
yeah, I think Magneto is extremely difficult. I think I did unlock him as a free-to-play player for the first time around, and I did spend some money for the Asgardians this time for Black Bolt. And for myself, both of us are in a little different situations because we create content about the game, and it's kind of a business write-off spending money on these characters. I look at it that perspective because both of us wouldn't make videos about Black Bolt, so it's kind of a write-off for that. And it's different this time. It feels weird that I'm having to do that. I like grinding, but but I'm also questioning myself. Am I being too greedy? Am I should I feel the need to unlock these characters on their first go around, not spending money or spending X amount of money? And I know it's not that much of a concern to you about the people that spent money specifically for this event to get Black Bolt to unlock these Asgardians, but that's for me where it feels weird. People spent multiple hundreds of dollars on these Asgardians, and they're still not gonna unlock this character. That's the part that kind of makes me feel kind of weird. That they're not able to do that.
Yep, and we knew that they were avoiding certain questions about this character's release on Reddit. They were getting asked and they just weren't answering, which means that they just didn't want to give an answer that they already knew would just get an avalanche of downvotes, which is understandable. But yeah, they were avoiding the questions, and they had said his event would be in January, but they hadn't said when, so I was still holding out hope, maybe it'll be late January, and sometime early to mid-January they'll bring around the Sif and Hela blitzes one more time before that, or maybe they'll do some featured week where you're doing some event and you can earn their shards when doing other blitzes or something. But I thought they would do something, and so I wanted to make this video because it's still 6 days out from the event dropping, and I think the event will run for a week, so there's still time, and I don't want them to cross this line. Personally, I don't think it's a good idea for them. So, yeah, I just kind of wanted to make this video and express my my unhappiness with FoxNext on this legendary event. I don't think they've handled it right, and I think that they should definitely make Sif and Hela a little bit more available. I understand that new legendaries should be rare, but the fact that I know people who are in the 0.1% of the player base who aren't gonna get this character, I think that's too rare. I think I don't know what numbers they go off of, but let's say that 5% of the player base was going to get the character, and even then it's a blaster, so only getting them at 5 gold star, I don't think that that would be the end of the world. So
yeah, it feels weird, and I guess my concern is with the players that spent money, the heavy reliance on RNG, because you could spend money and get this amazing drop and boom, you're lucky, you're good for this whole event. Or you could spend a lot of money, get screwed, and not be able to unlock anything with this event. And I think the trend with this event, and then the previous thing that's been going on with Red Stars, which is totally RNG, it's kind of a trend that I personally don't like. And I don't know, maybe it's a necessary evil of the game. Maybe that's something that mobile games are trending towards, this heavy reliance on gambling and RNG. But like I said, to me, it just, there's something that doesn't feel right about this event, and I'm not sure how to put it into words, but it just doesn't feel right to me that this is so much RNG just to get Black Bolt, even if you spent a crap load of money to try to unlock the characters for him.
Yep, I mean, there's always been that element of it, and I like, if you absolutely wanted to, if you're like, oh, I have a blank check here and I'm just trying to get Black Bolt, during the character blitzes, you could have just gotten a ton of their orbs. Did we know during the Hela blitzes that Hela would be needed?
I believe so. I think so.
Okay,
not 100%, but I think it was announced that the Asgardians in the rework would be required for Black Bolt, but I could be wrong on that.
Okay, because we knew during the Sif blitzes, and they made Heimdall very available, but I know the Hela blitz was early, so it's possible that people didn't know during the Hela blitzes, and that would definitely, throw a wrench in it. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse here. I don't want to have a run-on video where we say the same thing over and over. But yeah, I do have a responsibility as People's Whale, both to make sure to point out when I think FoxNext is doing right by the players, but also when I think they're doing wrong by the players. And even though this doesn't affect me, I don't like to see this happen to dedicated day one free-to-play players, for them to just have absolutely no chance. So for me, that was I felt compelled to make a video and say, hey, I think you guys are screwing up, and it's not too late. You can definitely put in something that kind of course corrects it before it actually happens. So yeah.
let me ask you, what do you think that course correction could be? And I apologize for asking you this on the spot. I'm still we just recorded the news video. I'm still kind of into news mode. What do you think they could do in these next few days to make it a little more friendly for players and kind of get this weird feeling that I'm having out? Because again, I think for me it's the RNG aspect of it.
Right.
So what do you think it would be to solve this and make people happy? Because they've been doing a good job, like we said, with a lot of things in December. What do you think they could do to finish this off?
I would do
strong?
the blitz. I would do the blitz milestone. So if you remember, we had the Namor orbs and the Ghost Rider orbs. I think those happened, and I could be misremembering, but I think those were the characters that you could get the orbs for them while someone else's blitz was going on. You just got points for doing blitz. So since they already have other blitzes planned, that's fine. Just put Hela orbs for one of the upcoming blitzes and Sif orbs for one of the other upcoming blitzes as milestones, and that way it won't even be about where you place in those blitzes. It'll just be like if you want to blitz all day every day really hard for those, then you can grind out a few more shards of these characters and have a chance if you've been doing everything else right.
I like that solution. Unfortunately, I think everybody or most of the people are away at FoxNext, so I don't know if that's going to happen before the event begins. But, with these events, they normally, the first time it lasts for 7 days, so it could be something that they implement during the event, because I think they'll be back in the office at that time. So hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers that they'll do something just to make it a little more friendly towards the players. All that goodwill that they built up in December, to keep that going.
Yep. All in all, I still think this is a great month for them, but yeah, I wanted to say something. Hopefully get that out there before it's too late. Not that they're necessarily going to listen to me and make any changes, but yeah, anyone who was rightly upset about this, just wanted to let people know they have my support on this, and I hope they get it sorted. But yeah, other than that, do you have any other closing thoughts?
FoxNext, you're doing something wrong when the People's Whale is upset at you.
Yeah, I try to really.
That's my closing thought.
Fair enough. All right. Well, yeah. Let me know in the comments if this affected you, or if this is business as usual. If I'm blowing this out of proportion, and this is just a tiny amount of people who are impacted. So yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts on this in the comments below. And I do a Power Core giveaway on every YouTube video during the 12 days of YouTube. So yeah, to enter for $10 worth of Power Cores, again, just let me know your thoughts on this matter in the comments, and you'll be entered in for a chance to win. And make sure to check out ValleyFlyin. I think you guys know where to find them at this point, but I will put links to Valley stuff in the video description. Thank you for joining me on this, and yeah, I think we're out. So I'll see you guys with another video. Thank you, Valley, for joining me. Peace!